Good morning, Radio Punchline Africa. This is Daytime Express. You are joining me, Mpambi Mkanga, and with me I have Sean Wesonga. Today we are going to discuss more about dangers of inflammatory speeches. Good morning, Sean Wesonga, wherever you are.
Yes, good morning, Mpambi Mkanga, at our headquarters in Nairobi, and our listeners in Kenya, Africa, and across the world.
Yes, so I would like us to look at the dangers of inflammatory speeches, because of late we have seen leaders going astray and even breaching the ethical ways of handling issues in politics, wherever they have been visiting the places across various counties in Kenya. So what is your take on that?
Mpambe, anyone who has been in this country long enough should understand that this country has always been bedeviled by divisive politics. Remember, our people fought in 1992. They fought again in 1997. And it hit the climax in 2007, 2008, where a majority of Kenyans were displaced from their places they've been living for quite some time. Their businesses were torched down, they were ravaged, they lost their livelihoods, and many of them lost their lives, which was quite unfortunate. So therefore, anyone who participates in inflammatory or divisionary sentiments that are likely to pit Kenyans against one another is an individual who is an enemy of this country, because they are the same people who are trying to get us back to the ugly past of 2007, 2008, 1997, 1992. And that is a history that we might never want it to happen again in this country, Mpambe. And they say those who do not learn from history are more likely to repeat the same mistakes they did in the past. We should not allow that to happen. It's very unfortunate that we have part of our political class really saying words that will really encourage animosity among its communities, among its social classes. We should not allow it to happen, Mpambe.
Do you agree with me that social media is also spreading hate speech? It's also helping in spreading hate speech in Kenya.
Mpambe, right now in the current dispensation, you have to understand that social media has become very critical, and actually it is in the path of overtaking the mainstream media, and therefore we need to have a regulation in social media, because people can wake up any moment in a day and be able to post anything without being cautious of what the implications of their sentiments could be. And I think Facebook has really tried much with curbing on those inciting words that have been always been posted on social media. But also as a country, through our agencies like the National Cohesion and Integration Commission, the DCI, and other security agencies, we need to crack a whip on social media users who are using this platform to propagate divisive politics and ethnic animosity. Remember, right now, because everyone can access a phone, can access internet from wherever they are without any regulation from the government, social media poses a bigger threat to our national security, to our integration as a people, to our peace and unity, if we do not have regulations that will ensure that the few amongst ourselves who use it wrongly to spread hate and division amongst our people are not checked after. So we need to be very careful with these social media. We need to be very careful also with political class who move around in funerals, in other social functions, and be able to utter words that really cause animosity, really arouse emotions, tribal emotions, and social class emotions. And in particular, Mpambe, I really want to beseech the deputy president. I want to beseech his allies to desist from spreading the divisive hustler versus the dynasty narrative. Whatever we should be talking about now, Mpambe, is the redemption strategy. We need to talk the language of peace. We need to talk the language of unity for our people, so that even after we pass the BBI agenda, we look on how to heal this country, to bequeath this country with stability and peace and unity beyond any electoral cycle, beyond any leadership that will whatsoever that will come after President Uhuru Kenyatta. That is what we need. That that is what is viable for a democracy which is looking forward to have a booming economy.
And actually, just to finish on the same, it has also been discovered recently that some FM stations, like radio stations, and even some TV stations locally, are trying to spread propaganda. And
yes,
mostly in Marsabit. Yes.
Our regulatory authorities are being very lenient. Let them shut down those television stations. Let them shut down the radio stations. Because when Kenya slides back into bloodshed, they shall be the people who will be responsible for that. We saw whatever happened in Rwanda, and Radio Rwanda was on the forefront of spreading hate and motivating the Hutus to slaughter the Tutsi counterparts. And this has been happening world over. We saw the Cuban Revolution was not won in the battlefield, but they had a radio station which was used to propagate their lies and propaganda against the government of the day. And therefore that tells you the amount of control such a media platform has over a nation. So if we allow the radios, if we allow the television stations to also be avenues where propaganda, where hate and bigotry can be spread, then it's very, very unfortunate. I want to call on the National Cohesion and Integration Commission of Kenya. I want to call on the Communication Authority to move with speed and be able to revoke licenses of such media stations which are used in a very bad way to cause divisions among Kenyans.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Sean. We can do the same tomorrow on another topic that will have been provided for us to discuss about.
Thank you, Mpambe Mkanga, and of course our listeners. I just want to remind them that in the evening we shall be having the evening drive. Let them tune in. We're going to be having hot topics on politics, economics, and social issues that have happened during the weekend and also during the day. Always a pleasure, my brother. Good morning.
Thank you for your time.